Today we're at Noongar Rock, which is a significant place for Aboriginal people. A lot of my ancestors would have been coming through there, camping, dwelling.
I'm now for the Balladong people, past, present and emerging. I'd like to welcome you to Balladong country.
This is our country and we share it in friendship. Noongar people were the first midwives in this country, the first explorers, the first navigators, the first engineers, the first farmers, the first scientists and the first artists on country.
I've lived in Quairading all my life. I'm glad that we're doing this, the two-way science where we go out on the country. What they teach in the class now is very different to when I used to go to school because we hardly went out of the classroom for science.
We are making an ecogram of what we can see, hear and smell in Djilba.
We're so lucky to be able to do these activities, for example the ecogram, incorporating the art from at school where we've made a sketch already to the art now to represent science, which all kids love to do, and it helps with differentiation across the classroom, and most importantly of all, it connects kids with culture and country.
You know, we got 6 seasons and we in Djilba now. You see the jam tree wattled flowers coming out, they're yellow. And you know it's the time of Djilba. Pink everlastings and all the wildflowers, they're all coming out now. And you know that the country is going to change, it's going to get warmer.
Bardi, that's the bardi.
And you can eat them without cooking them or you can eat them cooked.
It's Murichao, we see our Kuringals coming together in working hand in hand, learning from each other, which is very special.
Mosquitoes, can you eat?
Our Aboriginal people definitely are scientists in their own rights because they understand the country more. Boja?
Carrie Ann found some bush tucker. The melon berries.
I can see a red one. What's this? I can see a red one.
Tastes like a lolly.
The two-way science project that we've been involved in, because the science is involved, it's engaging the traditional knowledge as well as Western science, and it enables us all, students and adults, to grow in our knowledge about how science is and was in the traditional culture, and it's still living now.
So what we've done is we've gathered some of the balga resin and we've got some kangaroo poo, and also traditionally we'd be doing this over a fire, but today we're just making do. And as we mix that together, we create this powder, and then heat up the stick, get a lot of this resin building up onto the stick, and then once you get enough, then you can start, it gets malleable with the heat, and then we get what we call boya, we get some of the rock, and we add that to the stick, and we mould it around it, mould it around it, mould it around it, and then once that hardens, it's a very, very strong glue. So this is the perfect example of how Noongar science can be married up with Western science.
So yesterday we spent a lot of time in the bush, looking at insects, looking who lives in the jam tree, looking who lives under the jam tree, looking at all the uses of the jam tree. And today what we're going to do is, why did we look who lives there? So this is all about relationships. So what we're going to do today is create a food web, and that food web is going to connect where those insects and those invertebrates that we've found inside our pit traps back into that whole ecosystem, that whole habitat that is in the jam tree. What we need to think about today is the things we couldn't see.
After you, it's my turn. Yeah. Has a big tree.
Can you see? This school here now, if you're going to be anything, these teachers will get you there. And my grandkids could be anything they want to.
The development of relationships throughout the project has been inspiring, and I do hope it inspires other schools and other communities to get engaged in something like this.
To make a change is about learning from each other, acceptance, and moving forward hand in hand to make the world a better place.
When the official program finishes, I envisage that the sustainability that's been built into the two-way science project will allow us to continue to develop in other curriculum areas, working and walking alongside our elders and engaging other learning areas as well.